Hello, this is Dr. Kirkendall, and welcome to the Applied Kinesiology Center. Today we're going to be talking about some stuff with digestion issues. I have a patient here that's helping me today. She's got some issues with Gerd, or which is, esophageal reflux disease. Basically, some, indigestion. She feels like she gets little gas bubbles. She can't digest very well. And, she may have been through different forms of medical doctors or gastroenterologists or nutritionists, and still we haven't gotten any true repair of this symptom because she's still got this going on. We want to really give her some benefit in a short period of time. So how can we go about doing that? First thing, run a good comprehensive blood test. Maybe do some neurological tests, go see what's going on with that. If she's got no bugs or she's got no real issues going on in the brain function or whatever, we can move on further into a visit. So this would be a little bit further down the line as we're working with her. There's a process to this whole thing, and everybody's different, so we got to see where she's at on the map here. So we've run through those things. There's nothing showing up. We don't know what to do, okay? So what do? I don't know. You're here, and you don't know. So let's actually ask the body with a muscle test. And so with muscle testing, I want you just to resist my pressure, and she can push nice and hard, okay? She's got good strength. She's not breaking down. So we're going to ask some different questions in her body. So I want you to touch here. This is the cardiac sphincter where the esophagus and the stomach come together, the common area of trouble with people. Is this hold? No problem there. Or is this area of the body communicating with this part? It's called the ileocecal valve, another common area. Resist my pressure. And she weakens really easily there, okay? Let's check over here. It's called the valve of Houston. You can look these up in an anatomy book if you want to follow along, but you can take my word for it. Resist my pressure, hold. That one's actually pretty good, but when we come over here, hold, she just breaks down. She's got no strength here, okay? So let's actually find out what else is going on, okay? Resist my pressure. Good. So we got no issue there. So we're going to say there's a stomach right here. And some of you out there have heard of hiatal hernia. You can also have a sliding hiatal hernia. So you may go to the gastroenterologist and they say, hey, there's nothing wrong. You've got this GERD or acid reflux, but there's nothing really we can do for you. In here, what we can do is actually do a muscle test to find out. So what we're going to do, we're going to come to where the stomach actually is, just under the skin here. And I'm going to push the stomach actually up into the esophagus. Hold there for me as hard as you can. And she's going to go really weak on me, okay? So what we want to do is say, okay, what if we pull the stomach down, hold? She actually strengthens really, really well. So we can actually ascertain right now that she's got what's called a sliding hiatal hernia. So a lot of these people, when they lay down in bed at night, they get that acid reflux. They get all of these symptoms, especially laying because the pressure of the stomach is pushing up. It's the same thing with being pregnant. You got a little critter inside you as you're, working on making that baby, and the baby actually pushes up against the stomach. Same premise. A lot of times this can come from an injury or an issue in the actual a weakness in the diaphragm. So we're not going to get into all that. Let's keep it real simple. What we're going to do basically here right now is do a couple simple things. And so what I want to do is actually find out what is going on in this valve here. So resist my pressure as I push, hold. And the valve, when I push it downward, is very weak. When if I pull up, hold, she goes really strong. So now if we're pushing down like this, that's not good for her. It weakens her. She can't hold me up. She doesn't feel good probably when I do that either. So we're going to do a little bit of integration where I'm tapping on the brain here over the postcentral gyrus, telling the body, hey body, there's no longer an issue with this part of her digestion. I want you to touch right here for me. So we're going to go through and quickly integrate. This is something that takes just a matter of seconds. Okay, and then we're going to go a lot further. And let me see if I have my percussor. Let me grab that. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn this little device on. We found out that if I push down, it actually made her weak. What we're going to use is this percussor is actually going to help us release this area of tension in here, okay? We can help reset the valve. The valve should move properly. If it's kind of like the kitchen. If there's bad, bacteria and trash backing up into the kitchen, into the sink, that's not really healthy for you. It's not going to make you real happy when you're working around in the kitchen. We want to get the valve, which is a little, the sink drain, to actually open and close where air can come out and water can go down, properly function. So we're going to turn this on. And we're just going to gently push this valve here. It feels kind of strange, huh? And a lot of times it's tender because they didn't even know they had a problem with this valve. So we're just going to push a couple times like this, working in deeper each time, just releasing this valve. And sometimes when people have been constipated or had diarrhea, all these different IBS symptoms, this can be a little uncomfortable. So she's bearing with me here. She's doing really well. Good. So we're just going to come back and actually test. Talk is cheap. Is she stronger? Is she weaker each time? That's what it's about. Hold there for me. Nice strong muscle. I'm going to push down again. Hold. She's nice and strong. I can pull up, hold. and she's nice and strong both ways. So we're able to move on to the second part of this whole thing. Okay, so the second part of this is where we're actually going to test the swallowing mechanism. There's different cranial nerves that run out of the brain into the spine, into the arms. It allows her heart to beat and all these different neat things. But there's an important one for her because she has a digestive issue, and that's called the vagus nerve, cranial nerve number 10. It innervates the heart, innervates the lungs, the diaphragm, innervates, importantly for her, the digestive tract, okay? It's the parasympathetic nervous nerve, and so a lot of times people come in, they're really stressed out, and they're under a lot of stress and they can't relax. By treating this nerve, if indeed she shows up, which we don't know yet, we can actually get her to heal a lot faster. So what we're going to test is, let me see here, let me have this arm, and again, just resist my pressure. We can test any muscle in the body. We're going to use this, hold. That's a nice strong muscle, okay? What I want you to do is just take a little bit of that water in the mouth. Good. And I want you to swallow for me and resist my pressure again, hold. And she's going to break down. I mean, I can easily overpower her on that one. So what that means is that the swallowing mechanism is not strengthening her. It's something that temporarily is too much. It's an overload for the circuits of the brain. So we need to get that under control. We need to get that balance. So what we're going to do is really quickly, I showed this laser earlier, okay? The laser here is a Erconia medical laser. It's a 635 nanometer laser. It's a great little device. And so we can use it to actually improve the function of that nerve. We can't go and operate on it. That'd be a little invasive. Let's just treat. You're going to see the laser beam like this a lot of times. It's not painful. There's no sensation that it's actually there. We're just going to laser over the brainstem here, okay? And what we're going to do is we're actually going to laser over where the digestion, or actually water, comes down through the esophagus. So I want you just to simply drink the water. She's doing very lovely. Go ahead and just finish it off. Just leave enough left to test. You're doing great. Okay, great. And that's probably plenty. We just want to get enough of a communication between the brain and the esophagus that, hey, this is much stronger here. This is much more healed. And retest. So what I want you to do again, let me have this arm, resist my pressure. Hold, hold, hold. Nice and strong. Take some water in the mouth, and let's see if this didn't help you out here. Hold there for me. Hold, hold, hold. And I can actually stand on that arm. She's like Superwoman over here. So this is a very powerful way to neurologically improve digestion. And some of these techniques look a little different and a little miraculous, but it's really quite incredible when you start getting the brain in line with what's going on with digestion here. Let me show you one other thing here with her. Okay, so one of the next steps that we can take, and there's many different steps we can take, is to actually test the muscle here again. Hold there for me, resist. Nice and strong. She's a strong girl, nice and fit. She should be able to resist me. Let's come in here and actually test. We're going to push her stomach up and resist my pressure. Hold. And she actually kind of feels like, she doesn't like that. She's got a little bit of a sliding hiatal hernia, and so what's happening there is the stomach is pushed up too much into the diaphragm. So what we're going to do is simply show her a technique she can take home with herself if she ever has this issue come up. But we're going to do it here in the office today. So what we're going to do is basically, let's see if we can get mine here. So I want you just to take a deep breath in and blow all the way out. And I want you to just let me pull that stomach down. It's going to feel kind of strange, okay? It's not the world's most interesting feeling, but breath in and then out. I'm just going to simply pull the stomach down. And these are some techniques that we can actually do at home with her too. And I can show them how to do this if they ever get serious indigestion or reflux or burping, belching. That can really help make a patient's life so much more improved without having to reach for Tums, because that's only making the solution much worse. Rolaids and antacids. We're going to push that stomach back up and ask, is there still a problem here? Hold, hold, hold. And she's strong as an ox here. So that's another really simple thing we can do. So with all these different techniques, changing nutrition, a lot of times food allergies, we can assess that through different science-based tests or even muscle testing if we want to go that route and really get major improvement. As we work with her, I'm very sure that she's going to be doing much, much better as time progresses. Thanks for stopping by. If you want any more information about us, go online at www.meetdrk.com. Have a great day.
If you liked this video, we have hundreds of more alternative videos ranging from sexual health to psychology to mind control. So if you liked it, go ahead and click on me to enter the Psyche Truth channel.